Hey guys, welcome back to another Engines of CP Real video. Today I'm going to be talking about the AC4400 and the Dash 9 disappearance. This series was inspired by Amtrak Guide 365. I know I haven't made one of these in a while. I've just been so busy with school and sports, I never really got around to making one of these. And honestly, they're some of my favorite videos to make. I learned something and I get to share that information that I've learned with you guys. But yeah, now over Thanksgiving break, I was given the opportunity to make another one of these, and I went ahead and took it. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Railroads began seeing the benefits of AC traction in the early 90s, and GE responded to these calls. The AC4400 came from these calls, and it was the AC traction variant of the C44-9W. It was produced from 1993 to 2004. It shares the same 4,400 horsepower GE 7FDL-16 prime mover as the Dash 9. This prime mover would be the final iteration of the 7FDL-16 that powered the U-25B back in 1959. AC traction motors allow for more tractive effort and less maintenance required due to AC motors not using contact brushes, like DC, to reverse the current's polarity. This leads to a higher base price on the locomotives, but lower overall costs on fuel and maintenance. Designation. The designation of the AC4400 is AC standing for AC traction motors, 4400 for the horsepower number, C meaning 6 axles, and W meaning wide cab. Performance figures. The top speed of the AC4400 is 70 miles an hour, like most North American locomotives. The trucks it came with are a variety of different types. Most normal ones that were shipped with either came with GE Hi-Hat or steerable. Later rebuilds usually change between either of these two depending on the railroad's preference. BNSF rebuilds of the AC44C4Ms have the C4 style trucks. The fuel capacity of the AC4400 is 5,000 United States gallons. The prime mover it uses is a GE 16-cylinder 7FDL-16 prime mover. The tractive effort of the locomotive is 180,000 pounds starting and 145,000 pounds constant. The weight of the locomotive is around 426,000 pounds. It'll be different depending on which type of truck you use. The wheel diameter of the locomotive is 42 inches, 1,067 millimeters. The wheelbase is 13 feet 2 inches, which is 4.01 meters. The length of the locomotive is 73 feet 2 inches, or 22.3 meters. The height is 15 feet 6 inches, or 4.72 meters. The horns on UP, BNSF, KCS, CP, Veramex, CSX are usually all Nathan K3LAs, but there are some variations depending on the railroad specifications. NS AC44C6M rebuilds came with Leslie P5s, most often, Nathan K5LAs, and many more. The future of the AC4400 has already been sort of completed. In 2017, the Canadian Pacific Railway requested that GE modernize 30 of its 9500 and 9600 series AC4400 units. These original units had the original front cab completely removed and upgraded to current GE standards with upgraded electrical systems, including PTC and FTO systems, which these units did not originally come with. Other improvements GE has made include up to 10% fuel efficiency gains, 40% increase in reliability, and 50% increase in haulage ability. The modernized units were subsequently placed into service with the designation AC4400CWM for modernized. The first batch of rebuilds, 8100 to 8129, also had the original steerable trucks replaced with GE's high-adhesion trucks instead of steerable, where later batches, each individual engine kept the trucks they already had. The following year, CP asked GE to similarly rebuild several more batches for a total of 110 locomotives. The second order, 8130 to 8144, retains their steerable trucks. The third batch, 8000 to 8064, will feature an Evolution Series side fuel tank and radial or steerable trucks. In 2019, a fourth batch of rebuilds happened, 8145 to 8160 and 8064 to 8080 from the 9500/9600 series. In 2020, the 8500 series is slated to be rebuilt at 8201 to 8280. Quick fact: UP calls their Gevos AC45 CCTEs and AC44 CCTEs because they use computerized tractive effort software. These are some of the first locomotives to use this type of tractive effort software. Why did CP not get any C44-9Ws? Is the main question I'm going to answer in this video. While I don't exactly know, there are a lot of different speculations as to why Canadian Pacific did not purchase any Dash 9s. The most obvious reason is cost. The SD9043 map came out a bit before the AC4400 was produced, as GE actually later made the AC4400 than the Dash 9, similarly to as the AES44AC. The early units came before the ES44DC because GE thought most railroads are going to be moving away from DC power, but railroads like BNSF, NS, CSX, and CN all wanted DC traction units for some benefits that they have, which aren't many. And the little tinkering that into the world of AC that CP did may have convinced them that AC is the way to go. And in the long term, they were right. Also, companies were beginning to move away from single-engine leaders that were supposed to come out of the horsepower race with the SD90 Mac and the AC6000. These were very fuel inefficient and hard to use compared to 2 or 3 powered locomotives where you have more versatility, and if the engine breaks down, you're not going to be sitting for longer in a yard. The AC4400 built up on an already dependable platform with the added benefits of AC traction. The C44-9W was very well liked among railroads that wanted the DC version. There are the opposites, like CN and NS, who believed that modern DC traction units had as many advantages as AC. CN even went as far to say that 2 of 3 of their DC traction units could pull as many cars as a 2 to 3 modern AC unit train. These companies purchased 0 AC44s in total. CN still does not have any AC44s, they've stuck with their Dash 9s, but NS took to get their Dash 9s rebuilt into AC44 C6Ms. However, it was later discovered that DC does not have as many advantages as AC. The fuel efficiency of AC traction having more power was a breakthrough. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. These are some of my favorite videos to make, as I already said, and I really hope you guys enjoyed them too.